call upon Vinodh. So Vinodh again comes from the mobility sector, so more focused on two-wheelers. So Vinodh, I would actually like to hear from you your thoughts on um, in the context of as Dr. Shankar talked about in the mobility part. So that's also again mobility. So what do you think? How you think engineers in mobility can benefit, and rather, why would a mobility engineer should need learn structured methods to make them grow? Can you share your thoughts?
Yeah, sure. So am I audible and clear?
Yeah, you're audible and clear. Please go ahead.
Okay, yeah. See, I have been tracking electric vehicles for past 7-8 years when I started the paper on SCAVA analysis along with Sirisha. And in the last 3 years, my tracking of vehicles has only broadened. So I track all vehicles now, not only electric vehicles. And what I have observed in the last 3 years is the challenge for automotive industry comes from unexpected corners. Like for example, if you take one of the main challenges for aviation industry, I don't mean the people who make engines, but the aircraft industry, I would say, for Airbus and Boeing, especially for the business class travelers for the aircraft engine. The biggest challenge comes from a surprising corner, which is WebEx and Teams, because people are able to meet virtually now. So the business class travels have gone down now. People don't see a need for it. So that is something, a challenge that Airbus or Boeing would never have expected, that they would get a challenge from these corners. So similarly, when I look at automotive industry, I am seeing a lot of patents coming out from people like Qualcomm, Vivo Mobile, Apple. So these are the people who are filing patent applications and getting them granted. So on one side, it may be surprising, and also Wipro and TCS and Infosys from India. So when I look, one is EV, the other major thrust area has been connected vehicles, connected mobility.
Okay.
So all these players that I mentioned have very good strength in communication sector. So they are filing a lot on V2X.
Okay.
And I don't see a lot of patents from even big industry players like Honda or Suzuki or other players who have been in this field for close to a century. But I see a lot of patents from them. So a lot of technology development from these players. So my point is, our technical expertise is going to be our weakness rather than being our strength. Because the more we are strong in our technology, the more we will work only from our knowledge. And when we are facing challenges from unconventional corners, we need to have unconventional solutions. And these unconventional solutions can only come from tools like TRIZ, where it is technology agnostic. You don't come in as a technical expert, but you come as a generic person who has this TRIZ box, and then you are feeding in the specific problem and converting it into generic problem. And then you use TRIZ methodologies, and then it gives you directions. And then based on these directions, you see which other industries. They can be an adjacent industry, like for automotive industry, it could be an aviation industry or other mobility industries, railways, for example. Or it could be a totally different industry like Qualcomm or Vivo Mobile, where we can have solutions from. Or from an FMCG space, you never know. For example, to reduce weight is one challenge. And all FMCG companies work on how do you reduce the packaging weight.
That's right.
So can we adapt from solutions from there? So if you want to have such unconventional and thoughts, then I think we need to have a methodology that is diametrically opposite to what we have been learning conventionally for decades now. So that way, I strongly feel that tools like TRIZ and DFP are going to play a huge role. And one last point, we don't have time, we in the sense, I mean, the automotive industry, now are in cutthroat challenge that we don't have time to do trial and error based on our expertise to get solutions. We need to get solutions fast. And I think these are tools that would definitely help in that.
Sure, Vinodh. Thank you. Absolutely. I think as long as we think the strength is our core area and then stick to that, obviously you are bound to see a lot more disruptions coming up.